All right, so polymers are another derivative of alkenes. So polymers are large molecules that have a repeating unit, and these are very common molecules in society. So, for instance, PVC or polyvinyl chloride, that's like pipes that carry the water. Polystyrene is styrofoam. So, if you ever have a drink in a styrofoam cup, it's made out of polystyrene. And there's also this polyisobutylene and polyacrylonitrile. So there's plenty of different polymers out there that are involved in our day-to-day lives. So the question here is, how do we make them? Right? How do you get a polymer that's going to be this repeating unit? And the answer is through alkenes. So, for instance, to make polyethylene, which is plastic, you're going to take ethylene monomers. So ethylene would be a 2-carbon long chain, if you will, so a very short chain. So you have these as your individual monomers. And in your polymerization reaction, you're basically going to do the same thing that we did with our addition reactions. And that is, you're going to break the double bond and draw 2 new bonds. So I'm going to draw in this little space here a CH2 double bonded to a CH2. And what you can imagine is, I say you're going to break the double bond, right? And then you're going to draw 2 new bonds. And you're going to draw one on each side of that monomer. And then you're going to write the next one in there. So then you're going to have that unit that's just going to keep repeating itself, right? Over and over and over again. So once you find that initial unit, which in this case was CH2, that's going to be what ends up repeating itself. And if you look down here on the slide, they use this squiggle there and they use a squiggle there. That basically shows it just goes on and on and on. There's no ending to it. So the more the monomers you have, you'll basically keep making this strand until you run out of starting material. So polymers are all made by the same idea of, you start with an alkene, you break the double bond, you draw 2 new bonds on either side of the monomer, and then you just kind of repeat that that unit that you have over and over again. So here are a couple other ones, like polyvinyl chloride or PVC, right? The initial unit here, CH2 double bonded to C, and then it has an H, and I'm going to draw it up high instead of to the side, only because if I go in here and I were to break the double bond, right, and draw my 2 new bonds, I'm going to draw one over there and one over there, and now you can see that would be the repeating unit that you see in that structure with the CH2, CH, and then Cl. So whether you're looking at the vinyl chloride or the propene or the tetrafluoroethylene, which ends up making Teflon, they're all made by that exact same process. So that's how we're going to make our polymers.